Kaveh, my dear, I think you got buffed again. Or did you? Because it's kind of complicated, right? We have a new character who buffs Bloom. And in case you aren't aware, Kaveh's kit has a lot of Bloom in his kit. Bloom bonus, blah 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 blah, like unimportant details right now. Like, Kaveh theoretically got buffed this patch because Llama, gives a bunch of buffs to Bloom damage. And, gives like Dendro Red Shred. Kaveh gives a Dendro infusion as burst, so, Plunge Kaveh is probably a bit stronger with Lauma now too. That's something. But then there's also other like weird details. One thing you might not be aware of. So if you have never played or seen much of Nilou gameplay before, one issue is that you take a lot of self damage from the blooms, and this can happen in Burgeon teams too, right? And you can take a lot of self damage, and this is what I think Kaveh's kit was kind of originally designed to, I wouldn't say fix, but this was one of his main places originally, and where a lot of people like to use him. And the Nilou and Kaveh synergy was Kaveh is a tanky boy because he can heal a lot of his HP based on the EM, at least with C1 that gives him more Dendro Res and increased healing bonus. Like, he basically can survive all the Bloom damage in the world. Outside of some shenanigans, that was Kaveh's main kit identity, was his tankiness and a little bit of Bloom buffing with Nilou teams, and you could argue that it's the same today. The difference is that with Llama's release, they nerfed self-damage from Blooms from 5% of the Bloom damage to 2% of the Bloom damage. Like, that's how much damage you take. Like, you take less than half. You might say that makes sense because, Llama increases Bloom damage and that causes you to take extra Bloom damage in turn, except for most of the ways that Llama increases extra Bloom damage doesn't crazily increase the amount of damage you take. It's only actually just this crit ability that makes you take a little bit of increased damage. Like, I understand, like, it's not a bad change, don't get me wrong. The thing I'm getting at here is that Kaveh's kit identity, you could say, like, as Hoyo intended, as God intended, was was for Kaveh to solve this problem of taking too much damage from Bloom cores, right? But now that they reduced that, I can tell you I messed around with Lauma, with Nahida and Singcho in a Nilou team. And just Nahida on a prototype Amber, and then a healing build, actually, rather than whatever this build is, was enough for me to survive without any issue. Like, I was not struggling to survive. So in my mind, that kind of makes me think that Kaveh as this, like, low investment unit, so you don't need, like, the 5-star healers kind of thing for Nilou team. The low investment unit that lets you stay alive for Nilou teams, I think that identity is kind of gone now, in my opinion. But I don't know if it matters. Like, he got buffed with this weapon releasing last patch anyways, and I think you play Kaveh because you like to play him, not because you care about, like, him having a real identity. Like, I don't care what God intended my child to be. I will make my child do what I want. Anyway. Okay. Don't take that. That's a metaphor. I don't know if whatever. Don't take it out of context. So you're going to have to ask yourself whether the self-damage nerf was something that matters for the context of, nerfing or buffing Kaveh as far as his kit intention. We're going to mess around with using Llama for Kaveh in a couple different contexts. One of them is going to be crit Kaveh, which I haven't played in quite a while, and we're going to use my Shanyun. Now, I also haven't tried Plunge Kaveh since I got C2 Shanyun from the Eonson banner. But I've played this team in the past, and the reason I actually kind of like Plunge Kaveh is because you can weave in Kaveh's skills, and Kaveh C6 when plunging will trigger Bloom cores. So you can have Farina built for EM rather than, crit damage like you normally would. But anyways, we get more Res Shred now compared to, Nahida before. So, like, this should just actually be a lot stronger. Just Llama should have straight up buffed Kaveh a whole lot. By the way, if you don't want to do Plunge, you could try something like spread DPSing, and Nefa could actually be a kind of fun option here, I think. Now, the second team, my favorite Kaveh team that I have tried to play, but is really a struggle to get to work, though, is actually Shatter Bloom Kaveh. So that's with, a Hydra unit and a Cryo unit to freeze enemies, and then you whack them with your Claymore attacks, and you get an instance of physical damage that pops up on screen. It doesn't have a word to it, but that's the Shatter reaction, and that's based on the character's EM as well. And since you're building Kaveh for EM anyways, usually, you can make him do Shatters and Bloom damage at the same time, and that's kind of cool. The main other problem with Shatter is that there's just basically never an Abyss cycle where it's very usable anymore. There's always bosses, right? I'm still going to put EM on Kaveh because his healing would be based on his EM, and he might be the one to trigger blooms enough that I think it's worthwhile. Kaveh does have quite significant energy needs, by the way, so I would highly recommend using this weapon or either Favonia's sword on him. Xingqiu as the hydrant is going to be generating bloom, so I put him on Zyphos Moonlight and Flowers of Paradise Lost, kind of like you would potentially do in a Nilou team. Llama will stay on Deepwood and Rosaria on her instructor build. Now, the Abyss, of course, has some significant bloom buffs going on, too, which, you know, that's also a Kaveh buff, by the way. But it's a very temporary one, whereas Lauma is a permanent one. So we're going to see how things work outside of Abyss first. And particularly here, we have a more AoE situation, so if AoE content ever becomes a real thing... Oh, god dang it, you sucked me. Alright, that's fine. We should get our energy back. Do this. Okay, and Bram, and do Rosaria, and Bram, and Bap, and Bap, and Schmack. Look at that, 20 AK shatter. I love shatter, it's so stupid. Oh boy. Alright, and we're getting our energy, no problem, even with them sucking us. Alright, we should not forget we need to switch our characters. Does this feel stronger to me than it has before? Honestly? I think it does, actually. I think this feels better than it did before, with like a lower investment level. Normally I like playing like a higher investment team that buff things a little bit more. But this feels, I think, about as good as it felt with a team that was like more diversified into Hyper Bloom a little bit. Like I liked using Auron for Shadow Bloom Kaveh before, so it gave like guaranteed single target damage. But honestly, the how decent this is feeling is probably being heavily biased by this AoE situation here. I don't know, it's pretty satisfying. I should make her to actually start a new rotation. Yeah. And can you die? Yes, you can. Okay, thank you. Bap. How did I not trigger shatter when I whacked that one? Also, I lost my burst because I got sucked. Please. Okay, there we go. Bram. A little bit non-ideal. Well, by a little bit, I mean a lot of it non-ideal there. But anyways, I don't know. We killed 30 of these things. It's working quite well. Don't suck me. They sucked all of me. Alright, let's check this team. Shanyun, by the way, should be on like Song of Days Past for more plunge buffing most likely. Or, I mean, you could leave her on VV and have her try to buff Farina, but getting Farina buff consistently is going to be a little bit hard. I'm going to leave her on VV instead of putting on Song of Days Past because I don't have a Song of Days Past build for her. But also, it's a C2 Shanyun. It's already going to be unrelatable, right? The point of this one is not relatability. The point of this one is just, let's see how big of a plunge number I can get. Kaveh's weapon. Now, since we do have double Dendro, Kaveh's ER need should theoretically be a little bit lower. Should I try to make Moika's weapon work, I wonder? And uptime on this buff might be a little bit but let's see what the build looks like. 70, 150, that seems like a really cope ratio, but we have 150 ER because I kind of figured I'd need the energy recharge, so... This is with the crit damage circlet, by the way. Like, my artifacts are pretty good. I think it's funny to use Moika's weapon. Okay, I like having dumb use cases. And also, look at it. Look at it. Look at it. It's red, and he's red too. It's everything for my child. Are you ready to quack, dude? Alright, and why did I do you want to E first, normally. Okay, Brap, I didn't hold E, whatever, it's fine. We want more Kaveh damage. And Bram. Bam, and oh, I forgot to, how could I? I forgot to put EM on Farina to make it more bloom. Oops. How dare I? Terrible, terrible mistake. See, if I put EM on Farina, it'd be dead now. I guarantee you. It had nothing to do with the mistake of losing a plunge by doing Shanyun E first. Alright, hello. Oh, we don't need it. And let's do E first this time, like a smart boy. Do this. Alright, and then we do E. I don't have, there we go, I have my burst now. Wrap, 120k. Well, of course the damage on you is going to be the same. And Bram, and Bram, and Bram. Oh, there we go. See, I told you. It was definitely an EM difference on Farina. Definitely. Definitely. Has nothing to do with crit RNG. Has nothing to do with anything else other than the fact that I gave Farina an EM Key of Caution suit build. See? It's perfectly optimal to do this. Anyways, I don't know. That was fine. We were getting like 100k plunges, but considering a C2 Shun Union, whatever, it's not crazily impressive, I will say. I think the Shatter Bloom team is still a lot more fun than this, personally. But, you know, if you like Plunge DPSing, he has a fun Plunge animation and whatever, and he gets an infusion. So, you know, but we're gonna go try to go to the Abyss with this. And I'm gonna use Sealali instead of Rosaria. Why? Because I have a C2 Sealali. That's it. That's the only reason. I also think having a shielder might be nice. I don't know. I did put Sealali on Sackfrags because we just basically want to not have to burst on her. And she's also going to be on 4-piece instructors. Why? Because, again, more EM. So as long as she triggers like a freeze, we shouldn't have to burst again because of Sackfrags. Hopefully. We'll see. It's as much EM buffing as possible. The biggest blooms, the biggest shatters. So this is certainly not the only way to shatter Kaveh. But Shatter Bloom Kaveh, I want to emphasize, is not very good. But we'll see if Lauma is just OP enough and the bloom buff in the Abyss is just so broken that it just makes it easy anyways. We'll see. I must admit, the last Abyss was, you know, the first chamber and second chamber in the first side were AoE, but it was such a tanky AoE situation with so many enemies that I couldn't really feasibly clear with Kaveh Shatterbloom, unfortunately. This Abyss, in contrast, is AoE on the second chamber, second half in chamber 2 and 3. Also, I just remembered that this is anti-shield. We'll see how much of a problem that is, because Sealali is kind of needed to freeze things. But Chamber 1 is not AoE, right? But it is Hydro infused, so I don't know. And again, Bloom damage increased by 200% and Lunar Bloom increased by 75%. But I hope this works. I really want this to work. It's been a while since I've been able to make Kaveh Shadow work. I'm gonna be so sad if it doesn't. And yes, it might be completely on the strengths of Llama, but that's the point. Did Llama buff Kaveh? We'll play some Dia over Vape on the first side. Alrighty, Kaveh, this is the struggle chamber. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I don't know if it is necessary to use him, but let's do you. Alright, and Brap. Bam, bam. Okay, good damage. We can shatter these, and okay, that was a satisfying amount of damage. Okay. I mean, it looks like the bloom buffs are helping out in some form or another. Alright, look at all these bloom cores piled up. Okay. I think it's workable. It's very workable. It's very workable. See how much damage Llama does here. And bam. 80k. Alright, it's not bad. Okay. No, don't run away from my blooms. That's a rude. Alright. Crap. Alright, I think we can do this. Okay, can you trigger those cores, Kaveh? No? Okay, we'll get them as they go. Okay. Alright, do this. Do this. We don't technically need to burst on St. Joe. He's got permanent Hydra. Why waste the time? Apparently Llama can never crit. It's fine. She does have 30% crit rate. Who needs to crit though? We got Kaveh. Kaveh can handle Tulpa easy peasy. Alright, we got 20 seconds, I believe. Alright, and Brap. Hey, we crit. Nice. Bram. We got this, we got this. Oh, we so got it. First try. No problem. I mean, without the actually absurd bloom buffs going on, would we have got it? Don't worry about it, okay? You don't worry about it. We just be happy while we can, because inevitably the world will drain us of happiness anyways, so we take our happiness while we have it. I forgot this team is terrible for this enemy. Oh boy. Forgot it. Oh, you put a debuff on me. No problem. We only have like a minute for this side, but surely Kaveh is strong enough. This is not a problem, right? Surely I didn't just neuter my Kaveh. I did not neuter the boy. No, nonsense. Crap, I need to please. Alright, there we go. Bam. Okay, good. Good grouping. Good. Keep them here. I no longer have cryo conceal Ollie apparently. Did I not double E? I don't think I double E'd. That was stupid. Alright, double E this time. Crap. And bam. Bam. Okay. Bam. Good. Alright, we're gonna be a little bit close here, I think. Die! Okay, we're fine. Getting stressed. It's fine. Okay. Bam. Bam. Okay, and I end the rotation a little early, I think. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Have confidence. Have confidence. Feast your eyes. please. Crap. Crap. this way is gonna take too long. Oh no, I should have chosen the stronger. Why did I forget about Mothman? Oh no, we're not that far away. Oh. I meant for this to be an easy video for me to record. Instead, now I get to spend who knows how long optimizing. Okay, well, we get it. We're gonna try bursting this time. I think it might be worthwhile. See, all this skill just goes as long as she still has a Night Soul. And we were running out, so... Okay, very good. You're dead, okay. Oh boy. Alright. Tap. Alright, do this. Freeze him, freeze. Okay, good. Stay frozen. And die. Bam. Alright, perfect. Oh, no! Are you serious? He's dead there. Should I... Wait. You can retry, right? They added that feature, right? You can retry if you let it complete now? I think you can. Okay, we're gonna hit continue, and maybe we'll get lucky with one of those 659 clears at technically 3 stars. Come on, that was so clean. Okay, that was such a good clear. Why are you all so separated? Oh my gosh, it took me so much longer to get through this. No. What the frick? No, this attempt is doomed. Why did the first wave went so terribly. Like retry number 6 or 7. This was meant to be a simple, fun little Kaveh video, and instead I chose to play a pyro carry. Why did I choose to play a pyro carry? Why am I in a bubble? No, I scuffed it again. How long am I going to be here? This is not Kaveh's fault, this is my fault. But also, this is probably Kaveh bloom at its strongest. So, it's not just my fault. No. No, don't blame the child. Blame the parent. Why are you running away? Butthole! What is that butthole doing? Oh my god, he's ruining my attempt. Did I get it? Why does it keep happening? Why is the alligator not alive? No, that should have been it. It's not Kaveh's fault. It's my fault for bringing a freaking pyro carry to the pyro resistant boss. I killed the child. Ugh.
show's only just.
Finally. Oh, and we cleared with ease. Kaveh still got it. It was easy. Definitely didn't take 10 retries. Nope, nope, nope. Hey, and he got a sub 130 clear. So it was not his fault. It genuinely wasn't. Okay, surely the third chamber is just like free, right? Uh-huh. I don't have energy. Oh god. Not having energy just starts kind of bad. Especially because they get shields. Sincho shreds the shield though, okay. The shield's not too much of a concern, but the energy start is kind of concerning. Okay, that's bad. Oh, why did I not just choose a stronger team on the first side? Also, all of my buff cards were just Pooh Bear garbage, useless. Okay, and the grouping situation is screwed. Oh boy, this chamber is going to be substantially harder. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, the one kinky that likes to stay 2 meters away is really not ideal. Alright. I officially think I can do this. But I'm gonna have to lose my sanity. Okay, very good clear. Oh my god, we were so close. Oh.
So many things
Rip.
I never accomplished.
Oh. Yeah, Kaveh. Yeah. We are. One day in the future, I chose to take a break, and we're going to continue. And hopefully have a better chance here. No, well, ooh, okay, crit might help. Okay, that's good. Okay, very good. Oh, we have to have this. There's no way. This is so easy. Alright, come on, Kaveh. You got this. We got this. We don't need no lunar balloon to finish it off even. We got it on. Oh, boy. No, no, no. No. Okay, no, I have to. No, sorry, I had to coward way out. I'd already been in this abyss too long. So I think we, successfully used Kaveh as his kit was intended to some degree, with his weird triggering blooms mechanic. I wouldn't call it very good still, considering, Llama's a really strong character, right? And this abyss buff, like, if you want to have fun with Kaveh in endgame, this patch is the patch to have fun with Kaveh in endgame. I imagine I could probably clear Fearless Difficulty Crab too. Well, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go try Fearless Difficulty Crab. If there's no footage included after this, that's, why. Oh no! Oh, there we go. Barely got it. Okay. Yeah, don't recommend this team for Fearless Difficulty on it, but it's kind of how Llama just counters it. My overall conclusion is like, yeah, did Kaveh get buffed? I think yes. Llama is functionally a buff for Kaveh as she is for many units, and Kaveh's kit minorly got nerfed in like the nuance of how you can min-max him as a healing unit for Nilou, because I think that's kind of not relevant anymore, but I also never really cared about that much, so for me, Kaveh got buffed. But honestly, I don't think it's very likely with how they've been balancing abysses in endgame that I'm going to be able to feel like he's particularly strong in a generalized sense for endgame. But endgame is not the only content in Genshin Impact, and we want compelling teams that just do decent damage, and a team that just shields, or it doesn't, you don't have to use Lolly, right? But you get the point, right? Having the nuance of the Shatter Bloom, you build the boy with a whole bunch of EM, you use the new Claymore, you don't need that much energy on him. He's easy to build, does pretty decent numbers. Like I unironically think Kaveh is a really fun unit for a generic overworld context where you can actually freeze enemies pretty consistently. And is it gonna rock your socks off? He's not gonna be one-shotting everything in the game. That's for dang sure. But that's fine. I don't think we need every character to do that. So I say yes. Kaveh got buffed. You might say no if your standards are clearing Stygian Onslaught. He's a wonderful boy. Give him a shot.